In this video presentation, we will discuss a descriptive statistics, which is the measure of possession. Measures of other possession is also known as the quantiles or the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. So this possession or the measure of other possession means that you are actually dividing your data set or the data observation into equal parts. Meaning, for quartile, you are dividing your observation into 4 equal parts. Whereas for decile, you are dividing your observation into 10 equal parts. And for the percentile, you are dividing your observations with 100 equal parts. So given that you have a data set, a number of data set, to get the quartiles, the formula for the position of the 3 quartiles, Q1, Q2, and Q3 are the following. So notice that the formula just varies with the numerator of the subnumber. So it can be 1, 2, or 3, depending on which quartile you're going to locate. Similarly with the decile, so the formula would be the same as instead of the except for the numerators, which is ranging from 1 to 9, depending on which decile you're going to locate. And for the percentile, so again, the numerator varies, which is from 1 to 99. Let's take a look at this example. So you gathered 5 randomly selected customers and their age, and the data are as follows. What is the third quartile of the customer's age? So the first step is to arrange the dataset ascendingly. The next step, since you're looking for the third quartile or Q3, you use the formula to solve Q3, which is the position of the third quartile is in the x sub 3 over 4 times n plus 1, where n is the total number of observation. Solving for the position, that will give you x sub 4.5. So meaning, the third quartile is in between the fourth and the fifth value of observation. So your fourth observation or the fourth position is 32, whereas in the fifth position is 41. So getting the middle value between them is like getting the average. So you will get 36.5. Now, there is an alternate solution for this. And later on, it will be more useful if the decimal of your position is not in the middle or not 0.5. So alternatively, instead of getting the average between the fifth and fourth position, you can isolate the whole number, which is 4. So that is x sub 4, or the position, the fourth position. So that is equivalent 32 plus the decimal part, which is in this case is 0.5, multiplied by the difference between the fifth and the fourth position, because that is where the quartile 3 is located. So solving for the third quartile or x sub 4.5, that will give you also 36.5. Next, so using the same example and same data set, what is now or solve for the first quartile of the customer's age? So again, you arrange your observations ascendingly and then solve for the position where the Q1 is located. So in this case, the position is in x sub 1/4 times n plus 1. Notice that we changed the numerator to 1 since you're looking for Q1. So that will give you x sub 1.5. So meaning, the first quartile is located between the first position or the first data and the second data data observation. So getting the average between 25 and 19, that will give you 22. Or using the alternate solution, you isolate x sub 1 or the first data position, which is 19, plus the decimal part, which is zero point 0.5, times the difference between the second and the first position. And that will give you also the value 22. So the data in Q1 or quartile 1 is 22. Next example, using the same data set, what is the 70th percentile or P70 of the customer's age? So again, arranging your data set ascendingly and solving for the position of the 70th percentile. So that would be 70 over 100 times n plus 1, where n is the number of observations, which is equal to 5. So the position lies in the x sub 4.2. So here, notice that the decimal part is not the middle value or the 0.5. So it is the only way to solve this or to get the percentile is using the alternative solution. So meaning you isolate the whole number, which is 4 or the fourth position, that is equivalent to 32, plus the decimal part, which is zero point 0.2. Take note, it's not 0.5. So the decimal part of P70 is zero point 0.2 times the difference between the fifth and the fourth position. Now, if you're going to ask why is it the fifth and the fourth position, because 4.2 is between the fourth and the fifth data set. So solving for the 70th percentile, we will get 33.8. Last example. So using the data set of the cholesterol level of the 6 residents of Guian Island, what is the 73rd percentile? So meaning you're solving for P73. So the position is at 73 over 100 times n plus 1. So that will give us x sub 5.11. So using the alternate solution again, since the decimal part is not half or 0.5, so isolating the fifth position, so it is at 160 plus the decimal part, which is 0.11, times the difference between the sixth data set or the sixth data, which is 190, minus the fifth data, 160. That will give us the value 163.3. So the 73rd percentile is equivalent to 163.3.